IELTS speaking topic decorating home. Question number one. Do you enjoy decorating your home? Answer. Absolutely. I love adding little touches around the house, whether it's a new cousins, plants, or artwork. It's a fun way to make the space feel cozy and personal. And plus, it's nice to see how small changes can give a whole new vibe to the room. Questions 2. How often do you change things around your home? Every few months. I like to switch things up. Rearranging furniture or putting up new photos really refreshes the atmospheres and makes it feel like a new space. I think it's a great way to keep things interesting and prevent boredom. Question 3. What kind of style do you prefer for your home? I lean towards a simple, modern style with the warm tones. Minimalist, of course. A mix of neutral colors with some greenery keeps things looking fresh without being too overwhelming. I've always found minimalist designs to be calming and timeless. Question 4. Do you think it's important to have a nicely decorated home? Definitely. A well decorated place can really uplift my mood and make my living space more comfortable. It doesn't need to be extravagant, but small details makes a big difference. After all, it's where we spend most of our time, so it should reflect our personality. Question 5. If you could change one thing about your home's decor, what would it be? I would love to add a cozy reading corner with a nice armchair and a small bookshelf. It would be the perfect spot to unwind and enjoy some quiet time. It has always been a dream of mine to have a dedicated space just for relaxing. Yeah, and read a good book, of course. Topic about happy things. Question number one. What makes you feel happy? Answer. For me, it's the little things, like spending time with the close friends, chit chat for a long time, enjoying our moment, and listen to my favorite music, of course, or a quiet walk in the nature. Even something as simple as a cup of coffee in the morning can make my day feel brighter. It's those small joys that really bring a smile to my face. Questions 2. Do you think people are happier now than in the past? It's hard to say, but I feel like it was a simpler back then and all enjoy face-to-face connection more. And now, while there are more conveniences, the constant digital world can sometimes make it harder to fully relax. I think finding joy depends more on how we choose to live each day, regardless of the time period. Question 3. What kind of things do you do when you are happy? When I'm feeling good, I love to share that energy with others. I may call up a friend or do something spontaneous, and sometimes I even bake a batch of cookies or watch a feel good movie. I feel like happiness is contagious, and I love to spread it all around whenever I can. Question 4. What do you think is the key to being happy? I believe it's about balance, finding time for yourself, focusing on the things you love, and not letting stress take over. A positive mindset also plays a big role. As I have noticed, the more I focus on the good, the better I feel. It's really about appreciating the present moment. Question 5. Is there someone you know who always seems happy? Sure, my friend. He's got this amazing way of staying upbeat no matter what's happening around him. It's like nothing phases him, and he always knows how to make others laugh. Spending time with him always lifts my spirit. Topic about chocolates. Question 1. Do you like eating chocolate? Answer. Absolutely. I have quite a sweet tooth, and a sweet treat can really brighten my mood. I tend to go for the dark variety, just the right balance of sweetness and the slight bitterness. It's something I always keep handy for this little me up moment. Questions 2. How often do you eat chocolate? Not every day, but probably a couple of times a week. I save it as a little indulgence, especially when I need to unwind after a long day. It's like my own mini reward that helps me relax and recharge. 3. Do you prefer chocolate bars or chocolate flavored desserts? I will lean towards desserts, especially cakes or brownies. There is just something more satisfying about a warm, gooey sweetness. After a meal that hits the spot, it feels like the perfect way to wrap up any special occasion or even just a cozy evening. Question 4. Did you like chocolate as a child? For sure. I was the kid who would sneak a piece when no one was looking. And my favorite was always the creamy milk variety. It felt like a tiny celebration every time, even though it brings back memories of childhood whenever I have a taste. Question 1. Is there a specific type of chocolate you have never tried but want to? I have heard about ruby flavored sweets but haven't had a chance to taste it yet. Apparently it has a fruity undertone which sounds quite different, and I'd love to give it a go and see how it compares to the ones I usually enjoy. Topic about morning routine. Question 1. What do you usually do in the morning? Answer. I always start the day with a glass of water to hydrate, followed by a quick stretch to loosen up. After that, I make sure to have a hearty breakfast, something simple like eggs or cereal, to fuel my day. It really helps set the tone for the rest of the day. Questions 2. Do you think having a morning routine is important? Absolutely. Having a daily pattern keeps me organized and less stressed. When I stick to a schedule, it feels like the rest of the day falls into place. It also gives me a sense of control over how my day starts. Question 3. Is your morning routine different on weekends? Oh yeah, there are a lot of more laid back. I tend to sleep in a bit longer and take my time with breakfast, and there is no rush to get anywhere. So I enjoy the slower pace. Sometimes I will treat myself to a special brunch too. Question 4. Do you like exercising in the morning? I try to. I think it's really makes me up and gets my energy going for the day, even if it's just a short walk or some stretches. It feels like an accomplishment, but I won't lie. Sometimes it's hard to find a motivation. Question 5. Have you ever changed your morning routine? I have in fact made small changes over time. I used to skip breakfast, but I realized it made me sluggish. And now I make sure to eat something nutritious, and also I have started waking up earlier to have a bit more quiet time before the day starts. It makes a big difference in how I feel. Topic about time management. Questions 1. Do you think you manage your time well? Answer. I would like to think so. I try to stay organized and stick to the routine most days, but honestly, there are times when I procrastinate, especially when it comes to tasks that I don't enjoy. I just make sure to catch up before things pile up too much. Questions 2. How do you manage your time when you have a busy day? If I know I have got a packed day ahead, I usually start by listing out everything I need to get done. Prioritizing helps so I can focus on the most important things first. Plus, I always leave some buffer time for breaks, or else I would burn out by the afternoon. Questions 3. Is it easy for you to finish things on time? Most of the time, yes. I usually give myself a little caution to avoid last minute panic. But of course, there are moments when distractions pop up and I fall behind, especially when I have to travel somewhere. That's when I scramble to get back on track. Question 4. How do you feel when you can't finish everything on your to-do list? It's pretty frustrating, to be honest. I try not to beat myself up over it, but it can be stressful when I know I have let something slip. And that said, I always remind myself that there is another day tomorrow to get things done. I mean, after all, it's just a chore. Question 5. Do you know anyone who is great at managing their time? Yeah, my mother is like a time management guru. She is super efficient and never seems to have a rush moment, and I don't know how she does it, but she always balances work, social life, and hobbies like it's not a big deal. I think I need to make classes from her.